Steven. We're here at a concert at Summer Fox, enjoying the music.
Awesome. My name is Emily Hernandez, and I'm figuring out my way right now.
I'm Susanna Diaz, and I'm currently a psych major, but yeah, still figuring things out.
I listened to Junebug. I saw the flyer, and I was like, all right, I could give them a listen, and I liked their stuff, and I mean, they killed it. That set was amazing. The instrumentals, the vocals, just really good stuff.
Yeah, personally for me, I'm like really into like alt rock or like even shoegaze, and I've had the chance like where I go to college to kind of explore that genre, but like seeing it in Fresno, I never even knew that it existed. So like having this place is really cool.
Yeah, I just really like to dance, so I'm happy I could. It was really a nice venue. I can't say that I've, seen a lot of other venues, but I like this one.
No, yeah, I completely agree. And also I feel like the way it's just, it just feels more open and inclusive, like the flags that they have or the type of people working. I don't know, it just felt like a more inclusive place.
Fresno, it's very small. I wouldn't say it's small town, but it's less represented, like everyone goes to San Francisco, LA, all these other places where they know they'll get the audience. And I'm glad that they came here and were able to show how much support Fresno is able to bring to other smaller bands, I guess.
Yeah, no, completely. I completely agree. I mean, it's so important to bring like community to like places that are underrepresented, especially like in the alternative music scene. So just giving the spotlight on the Central Valley is just so important.
Completely agree with you guys. You guys said it perfectly. Like,
poser, dude.
All right, my pack roll out.
I'm Steven.
I'm Tun Win.
And our band's called Paradise Blossom. We're kind of like a mixture of things. Like we indie, dream pop, shoegaze, like kind of just all over. Yeah, I mean, we started in 2021?
Yeah.
And we've been a band ever since. Yeah. And it's our first show back since December, so like for it to be like that cool, it was pretty cool, Like the mosh pits and like people just dancing and vibing, like it was cool.
I think one thing about Fresno, it is as small as it is very expressive, and as someone who's gone up and down to different cities and different scenes, they kind of tend to have this level of like only artists can express themselves, but the people at showgoers can't. I think Fresno, everyone's allowed to, and I think that's what separates us from kind of like a lot of the other scenes, and I think that's how the showgoers kind of like help the scene and stuff like that.
There's a big like fan and artist separation and like outside of our scene, like when you pull up to a Paradise Blossom show, for example, like we know everybody in the crowd. Like it's not like we see the new faces, but we're immediately like, hey, what's up, or they'll come up to us and introduce themselves. It's like there's a huge sense of like everybody loves everybody, like we all support each other, and that's a good part.
It's evolved in how known it is these days, because back then it was super selective.
It was niche.
It was super niche. People didn't go to shows. People did not go to DIY shows. If you went to a show, it was mainly for like a mainstream artist that was played at a mainstream venue. But I do think the boom with this independent style of music, like making music from your bedroom and making demos and stuff, kind of was able to create its own sense of community, an evolving community where now people from out of town, they know that Fresno has a scene now and stuff like that. So I think that's one big way it's evolved. In Fresno, there's only like a handful of venues, and because of the handful of venues, the community was really small. And we would always see people that we either went to school with or would see around skateboarding in different communities, just kind of just starting up bands. And one of the things is that, okay, it was a level of, if they can do it, so could we, part of that same thing. So I would say the local community did inspire that a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and I grew up going to like hardcore shows a lot at a local venue called it's called CYC, Chinatown Youth Center. But I mean, that right there just already like pushed me into like, all right, I want to do this too. Like I thought everybody looked so cool, like making music, We've had homies that had bands when we were younger, and then we seen them do it, and then you start seeing like the people just start rolling in, like, oh, these kids that start going to shows, like they're interested in becoming a part of a band, and then they make their band, and then they start playing shows, and then it's just a cycle, And especially in Fresno, because there's not much to do,
Yeah, so there's always going to be like new faces, no matter
What?
no matter what. Yeah, there's always gonna be new faces.
It was with him.
Shout out to High Sunn.
Shout out him, because honestly, like when we were, I'm not gonna say nobody's because we're, like everybody's somebody, but when we were like really small, he like kind of gave us a chance, we like instantly clicked. Me, him, and Tun instantly clicked, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going on a tour. You guys want to join?" And we were like, we never joined. We never been on a tour, so let's go. And we got signed to the same label he was on, so it was like, it was kind of just fate, Yeah, it was cool.
Shout out to all the bands that played today. High Sunn, 60 Juno, Junebug. They're all from, well, aside from High Sunn, but the other bands are all from the Central Valley. Shout out to Central Valley, 209 to the 559. Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Spotify.
Yeah, Paradise, BLSSM. Paradise spelled regular, Paradise Blossom. Check out our music on Spotify, Paradise
YouTube.
Blossom, YouTube. Yeah.
I think that's, I honestly nailed it.
What he said, yeah.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, what he said.
My name's Justin. I am the founder of High Sunn, a music project based in the Bay Area. And I am on my last tour in United States and forever. It's been 10 years since I've been doing this project, so it's kind of sad to see it go, but for the future, This is my first time playing in Fresno.
What do you think? What do you think of the vibe?
I love the vibe here. I think it went great. It was one of my favorite performances, to be honest. Everybody seemed like they really enjoyed it. I felt comfortable upstage. Maybe it was just the sentimental, kind of tears coming out, but yeah, it was great. Like, from San Francisco, the scene there changed so much, and I feel like nobody's that connected anymore. And being here, I feel like everybody feels connected in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, I like to call it brightcore, because it's not very similar to a lot of music, in my opinion. And it's I guess it's adjacent to dream pop and shoegaze, but more with a different twist. Yeah, I was 14, and I was just kind of sad because I don't really go outside that much. And it's in high school, throughout middle school to high school, I was kind of bullied. And that was my way to release all my emotions. It was a bedroom project, and I guess it got traction, and that's how it came to be. Then I make music because it lets me speak about my feelings, because I'm pretty shy to begin with. So I feel like it's a good way for anybody to express their emotions. So yeah, maybe 90% of what I'm talking about is what I've experienced, and for anybody who can connect to hardships, especially losing somebody, or also just with relationships is difficult, and just living life is tough, but there's always something at the end of the road, I feel like, and it's pretty tough sometimes, but hopefully that it grasps on to the listeners. We did a tour in Japan that was supposed to be the last tour, but everybody here got really mad that I didn't come back to do a last tour here. That's because of where I started. So I talked to some of my friends and my support band, which is nice enough to join me on this tour, to let's do this in America before I move back in Japan. So yeah. I'm actually debuting in Japan in August, a different project, and it's very different. It's kind of darker themed, and I guess kind of G.I.K. alternative rock. It's more of an idol kind of sense of music, so yeah, it's cool, yeah. I feel sad. I mean, I just was on stage, and I was not only because my makeup was going all over me, but I was crying. I was damn, this is the last time. And I'm lucky to be with some people that have always opened up for me and supported me. Having this lineup is kind of throwback. So it's oh wow, it's crazy. And I feel good, but I'm kind of scared. The future's always scary. So yeah, I feel everybody should just really feel the emotion in the music. And hopefully they take away that I'll always love them. and I'll always care about everybody that came to the show or any of the shows that I'm playing this tour. And it's know that I do this because I want to see everybody who listens to my music. So yeah. Shout out to my support band, Joe, Rohit, and Jesus. They've been supporting me for a long time, and without them, I can't do anything. And then shout out to my parents that always come to all the shows. And I'm sad to everybody in America that I will not see you anymore for a while. So, and it's pretty refreshing to finally speak English again, so I think it's nice.